Okay, ladies and gents, it's your favorite Asian robot right here, and today I am going to be doing a workout stream in addition to the usual stuff that we do. So allow me to adjust my cam. Let me make it so that it's easier to see me. And basically what will happen is that we're going to do 5 push-ups for every dungeon we complete, so this is gonna be a fun time. Let's do it. Now I'm gonna admit that I'm out of practice, but 5 push-ups per dungeon shouldn't be too bad. Hey Zeno, Boog, welcome. Welcome everybody. I'm about to start liking my own stream first, and also attending it on my phone. Take a moment. So I hope you guys are ready. Yeah? Alright. We're set up, ready to go. I'm a little out of practice with the bar, but I think I should be able to handle the basics. Let's see. Oh, my throat is actually, like, it'll take some time to recover. That's the only reason why I'm only doing performances at night. But I think it should be fine, to be honest. Okay. Time to chop these two down to size. Pushing nightmare dungeons is so annoying. Only because it's actually tough to... it is legitimately tough to actually get nightmare dungeons that suit your level. Oops. Worry about that. Let's go. First dungeon of the day. Let's go see what we can actually do, eh? My throat's recovery will probably take quite some time. It's just the way it is. But I'm not delaying my performances. So, performances in the night, workouts in the daytime. That's what I'm thinking. Now to get back to this barbarian, get used to it again. Hey, Ben. Hey, River. What's up? Oh no, I don't have a sore throat. It's just that I'm not used to, because I used to only do night streams. So streaming twice per day puts an additional strain on my stuff. I don't have a sore throat. I just need to get used to it, because basically the throat is like a muscle like any other. And it's been such a good time, you know, doing all the different performances and stuff that I think I overstretched myself. But in order to ensure that I can maintain the quality of my streams and whatnot, I have to let it recover while still doing my usual stuff. So that's why I've opted to go back to workout streams in the mornings. Either way, I mean, I was planning on doing them anyway. And then in the evening, performances. That is until the throat gets used to it and is more recovered. That's fine with me. Doesn't bother me. Like I said, I don't have a sore throat. It's just that I need to get my throat used to how much I'm doing, I guess. Oh, the gate's over there, isn't it? But I thank you for your advice and concern. Now, coming back to the barb, this inconsistency is what I wanted to eliminate for Season 1. Because as much as I love the hammer, I always felt it was inconsistent because you're always hoping for that big crit. And the second the crits stop, the music stops no matter how good you are. This became a problem for me. Because I love my hammer build. Oof, I can hit the big hits, but I'm level 86, but I still die to the big explosions and stuff, which annoys me a lot. Because that should never be the case. Like, I feel like these exploding minions should not be a threat at all. Like, they should be dangerous, but not a threat. Not a one-shot threat anyway. But that's how it is. In this particular regard, right, I feel that the Whirlwind Barb has the advantage because the Whirlwind Barb has more sustain. The hammer has more burst, but burst sometimes isn't the right way. And I think that that's why I'm so keen to go Whirlwind in the Season 1. Regardless about people saying hammer is, you know, S tier, best tier. For me, it's almost like a luck and chance kind of thing. Cause yeah, when I hit the big hits, it feels damn good. But I'm all about that consistent sustained fighting power. And the more that I play Necro, the more familiar I am with basically a system whereby, yeah, sure, I can hit 8 mil now, but what's the point? Kill just as effectively with 1 mil as I can with 8 mil. So all this extra damage, it feels like it's wasted, you know? That's why consistent damage would be more crucial. It is similar to the rogue, but all of these are concerns to melee characters. Like, I have the long unstoppables here, which puts the barbarian in a much better situation in the road. But consistency is the biggest thing. And that's why I think Whirlwind is so, like, important. Because although it is less than the hammer, it will probably offer more consistency, based on my estimates. Could be wrong, of course. But that's why we test. That's why we learn. Yes, yes, adventurous.
I can't leave my friends here. Not like this. We can't do it alone.
Can't do it alone, can you? Alright. Then I'll help you, adventurers. I can't believe what. Wait, did one of them survive? I think one of them actually did. Yeah, because they were outside the room. I knew it. Because I was like, wait a second, did I just get a greater chest? I thought they all died. Well, good enough for me. Yep, just to start out with. Then it's going to be 6 the next day, 7, 8, 9, 10. Basically, I ramp up quickly, but because I haven't done this in a while, it's been like a month and a half since my last workout stream because I was so obsessed with Diablo. And I gotta take it easy. But once I get going, I usually hit some pretty high numbers. Makes it fun. Anyway, I hope everybody has a good morning today. Or a good day, night, you know, wherever you are in the world. Hope you enjoy my shenanigans. enemy evaporate or, you know? I feel like the elite that I was fighting just straight up evaporated somewhere. I mean, it's not like I actually killed him, you know, this is weird. Believe me, I love the big bonk, but... Oh, there he is. Do y'all see him? Do y'all see him fly by? These vampires teleport into weird spaces, I tell you. See, you're seeing big numbers. Problem is, what happens when you don't crit? This is my biggest disappointment with this build. They're so weird. These vampires, every single time, right? You see them. They just decide to vanish. And then like they'll teleport and then fly off somewhere. Like, dude, just let me kill you. I just want my XP, bro. Like, yo, you can chill. You can give me XP. You know that, right? Tell you. I came onto this to test myself. I'm okay, you know? Nothing wrong. I came on this to test my suspicions one last time. But what I'm actually gonna do today is I'm gonna go on to my test barbarian. I'm gonna start prepping Whirlwind and learning about it before the new season starts. So I think that's gonna be important. So I'm personally looking forward to it. The sword that I have is already superior. Sure.
Well struck.
Hey, newbie. Doing alright, doing alright. Just annoying myself with the hammer barb. As great as it is so dependent on crit that it's hard to give this up for the necro. Because the thing with the necro is that I know I'm gonna crit. It's like, okay, I literally know I'm gonna this next skill I'm gonna use is absolutely gonna crit. You know? With the hammer barb, I am fully gear dependent, which is fine, but at the same time it's also painful because if I don't crit, what then? You know? You actually feel yourself like being completely neutered when you don't crit. Especially when the monsters are above your level. So this is why, like, in Season 1, I want to try the Whirlwind. It does less damage, but I feel like I can get more consistent damage and more consistent vulnerability. So that's my big goal. Because ultimately, everything we do is solely for one purpose. Pushing way up beyond our level. Yeah, I think that a lot of Whirlwind Barbs, maybe because they didn't build it correctly, they feel their damage drop off, but I want to see if that's true, because with my knowledge of rough enemy hit points, like, you only need to hit about a mil crit, which is not that difficult to do. Especially considering Barb has 4 weapons to help you do that. I think hitting about a mil crit is fairly easy with Vulnerable, and Whirlwind can consistently inflict Vulnerable. This is where a lot of my thought process has gone to, because I think maybe the Whirlwind Barbs just aren't building right. There has to be a way to do it the right way. Yeah, where you're not worrying about all this kind of crap. I guess that's also why a lot of Barbs switched to Death Blow, because they knew it was consistent. Like I said, the robot will have the path. That's the time. And what better time to experiment than now? Look, that was the perfect example of it. I hit multiple times, right? And still, I had to wait for a crit to actually eliminate, because a normal hit wasn't cutting it. I'll tell you, Hammer is the #1 PvP champ. But I'm telling you right now, it's the Whirlwind Barbs that are gonna come out on top. You can bet your bottom dollar about that. Thank you to everybody keeping the stream on, by the way. I'm gonna go switch over to my Whirlwind test barb soon, and first and foremost, let me go do my push-ups. All right, it's 5 per dungeon we complete, so get ready. Don't you worry, guys, because I have something prepared for just such an occasion. I do indeed have a Whirlwind test bar, but we're actually gonna delete this character. Oops, sorry. We're gonna delete this character first. Alright. Why? Because I was just doing some loose testing on it. Now we're gonna create a new character. We're gonna do exactly the same thing. Barb. This one, finalize, skip campaign. Oh, come on. I can't put Asian Robot Season 1, damn it. Never mind. We'll go with Whirlwind Test, World Tier 2. Now, I have a loose idea of what I want to achieve with this. Also, don't forget to like the stream if you haven't already. No, I was just seeing if I could put in Asian Robot Season 1 just as a test, but I realized I couldn't, so it doesn't really matter. And now, let's go do stupid things that we shouldn't do. Are you guys ready? Yeah, come and test with me. I mean, it can't be that bad, right? It'll just do what it's supposed to do. Do the do. Do. Okay, so here we are in Kyish. Now, first things first, we're gonna go, obviously, lunging strike, and we'll probably start with the bleeding, because we don't have a way of inflicting bleed early on in the game. Our skills will obviously use the slashing weapon, so we're not going to use anything else. We're going to gear everything toward that. Let's start putting points into Whirlwind, and we'll start adding into the passive straight away. Oh, we'll take 1 out of the passive. Oh, 2 out of the passive, my bad. We'll probably go with the bleeding Whirlwind, and 1 into the passive. That puts us here. Got 3 points, so we'll start with Rallying Cry for the Unstoppables early on. do that. So this is the start of our build. Hey, Mike. Well, today is a workout stream day. I'll be killing and testing out this barb because, you know what, why wait for season 1? Let's go test out the Whirlwind right now. Can't remember where the first dungeon should be, around here on the right. So in about 10 minutes, we should be able to get, there it is. So around about 10 minutes, we should be able to get to level 10 or so. That's easy enough. Let's start rocking. Basically, lunging strike, whirlwind, this, but don't try and follow along with my build because this is untested. This is just me testing and figuring out what I want to do. So I ask you not to follow along with my build for now. Do your own, see how it works for you, you know? You might come to a completely different result from me. Because I have a plan. Okay, so level 2. Wow, the first armor drop in the game is actually weaker than what I have. That's shit. Yeah, because everything is subject to change right now, my dude. Okay, let's see. We have our rallying cry as our sole unstoppable for now. We're gonna go with ground stomp as we always do. We've unlocked leap. So we do that first. Actually, you know what? No. Screw that. Increase ground stomp duration. Yeah. We needed to generate fury first. That's probably a better priority. See, I chop and change a lot, so that's why I don't want anyone following this yet. Because this is all for testing purposes. This is all to learn, to understand, to advance myself. Now, Whirlwind is a bit slow to start. That's the only problem. I think I'll probably need the grasping Whirlwind to really get it running properly. Because this part's fine. Pole arm, which we do not need. Okay. Now ground stomp can generate fury. Okay, now we swap this over to that. Let's see the difference. Okay, so far so good. My basic is clearing nicely enough. No, the clearing's slower. So we're going back. Magic Mike boots. Okay. An axe, finally. Okay, much better. Early game, get yourself an axe. Okay, next is leap. Leap is not a generator at this point. It will become a generator, but for now, leap is just to get us in and out. I return from darkness and will save your precious skin. I will mend your suffering, let the healing light come in. There can be not one sensation. I can see why the grasping whirlwind would be like, excuse me, super important. Because if you could pull them all in, that'd probably be the easiest way to play this style. Codex of Power. This is something we can just equip. Ah, そうですよね。I see. Okay. Leap will be usable as semi-mobility. So thank you for subscribing. Okay, Smoke A. Now, an axe in the early game is super necessary. You're gonna need it. Because without it, you are gonna be le miserable. Elites will probably take a while, but that's okay. Aha! Another great axe. Oh, it's a one-handed, never mind. I legit thought it was a two-handed, but turns out it wasn't. Sorrow and sadness. Good, do it. Do it. That's what life is all about. You gotta push as high as possible because that's what makes it fun. One teeny tiny second. I gotta check this. Message, yes, authorize, here's my fingerprint. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. The shenanigans came in right now. I have to do some stupid shit for a second. Yes, I don't care. Show me my fucking bill. Thank you. Okay, it'll be settled now. I've already set it up with my bank. Sorry, banking stuff came into my phone and I was like, you know what? I've been waiting 10 days for this shit. I better check it. All right. Now back to normal. So I need one more level before my leap actually does shit. All right. I wish Viking was here so that I could ask him if Garen from League of Legends still screams Demacia every time. Because every time I spin, I feel like you know, shouting out Demacia. It's my one extra joy. It legit feels like a Demacia moment. Ha! 7. Okay. Okay, Leap now gives Fury as well, so basically we've got full Fury generation. I can now spin to win, guys. I can now win to spin. Exactly the same way I'm doing now. Do dungeons, open world events, dude. If it's your first character, do the campaign. If it's not your first character, then do exactly what I'm doing. Basically, if you want to level up fast, dungeons, open world event is your fastest way. But remember, if it's your first character, please clear the campaign. It's very important to clear the campaign before season 1, okay? Well, I'm testing out a Whirlwind Barb. Because Hammer Barb is great, but it's a bit inconsistent. This is my problem with it. So in order to see if I can resolve that issue, I'm currently testing out a Whirlwind Barb to see if there'll be any significant change. If there'll be any significant improvement, I should say. So far, I've not been disappointed. Not anytime until season 1, because the rogue was a major disappointment to me. Not that it's not strong, but I don't like the playstyle. Because in endgame, there's too much CC to deal with. So I'm sorry, man, but the rogue only goes up to late game. After that, you'll have to either decide your pathway for yourself or wait till season 1, because I'm not continuing the rogue anytime soon. The rogue, in my opinion, requires a serious rework. because of the problems that it has with Unstoppable. Either that, or I'm gonna try and wait. I'm gonna wait until one of my pals comes up with a ranged rogue build for season 1 that works. Everyone can build their own build, dude. That's the point of building and testing. But at the same time, obviously, I have to make people aware, for those that do follow my work, why I stopped certain things and why certain things did not work. Just join. There is no requirement. If you want to join my clan, just look for Robot Nation. So go to the clan window. I'll show you in a second. Go clan window and just join up. I don't know who Swanky York is, but yeah, we'll just accept you. Just go look for Robot Nation in the clan window. Our tag is RBNT, and I'll accept you. That's it. Is it ranged though? Everything is crossplay in this game, dude. Everything is crossplay in this game. There's nothing in this game that is not crossplay, so just be aware of that. Everything in this game is crossplay. Okay. I'm going to start with... Let's start with this. Some distant damage reduction would be good. Why would I play the story? I finished the story a long time ago. Story is the first thing you clear, dude. That sounds hella cheesy, bro. Like, what I'm looking for is something that would use range exclusively. I know it's a bit of a fat hope, but yeah, I want something that uses range exclusively, you know? Something that we can use and just like focus solely on that absolute like long range type behavior. I think that'll work the best.
Well struck.
I mean, I know it's fat hope, but it's what I'm hoping for.
Steel and steel. Good. What else you got?
That's the way I'm thinking to myself. Maybe with that, we can survive long term. Anyway, time to do my 5 push-ups because we just cleared the dungeon, so hail to the year. Alright. Oh my god, why does my phone just get random notifications when I'm busy? Alright. Hit a nice 6 because 5 was too easy. Now, there should be another dungeon around here, so we'll head there. Alright. Well, duh, that's why I switched to the, yeah, look at my Kelpie skin. That's why I switched to the bone. Because Blood Necro is too weak. Unless you go Blood Lance, but Blood Lance got nerfed as well. So, initially I made my Blood Necro with minions because I didn't understand everything about the game. I thought that if you could beat creatures your level easily, then it means that the build is good. But I learned later on, the more I got experience with this game, that you basically need to be fighting 20 levels above you if you really want to succeed. So that's why I switched to my Bone Necro. And basically the preseason was great for me to learn. And now that I've learned all that I need to do, my builds for season 1 are going to be very different. I mean, one example is exactly this. The reason why we've switched completely to doing certain things a certain way is because ultimately my goal is to make sure that you guys in season 1 have truly the ultimate best build. I want you guys to have bullshit. That's why I took the time to really learn and understand the game. And that's why, again, vulnerability, things like this, all of this is too crucial. So only builds that can inflict vulnerability constantly will make a difference. Hey Ray, how you doing? So let's see how this functions, eh? Yeah, 100%, yo. Yeah, I'll tell you now, the big problem, guys, the big problem is vulnerable is too crucial. You don't need to see, like, a lot of builds talk about, whoa, I hit 8 million damage, but nobody cares, because what matters is not you hitting 8 mil. What matters is consistently hitting 1 mil. Because most creatures in World Tier 4, I'm telling you, from my experience with my Necro, 1 mil is enough to one-shot almost everything at level 100. So that means, and that's at World Tier 4, which is currently the hardest difficulty, which means you don't need to go beyond that. And because you don't need to go beyond that, it makes more sense to me that it's better to focus on builds that have the consistent, like if you could hit 1 million consistently as opposed to one big hit of 3 million, that build that hits 1 million consistently is better. So I'm trying to refocus on that. Of course the Bone Necro is special because it's super, super awesome, but you think you're almost ready for the BE tier? What's the BE tier? Good, I'm happy to hear that, newbie. Well done. Okay, Diego, no problem. There you go, accept it. So just go back to the clan window, and then you'll be able to enter the clan. That's it. Super easy. Like I said, we accept everybody, just make sure to come to the streams, alright? I want to see all my clan members at my streams every day. Alright, and if you haven't joined the clan yet, make sure to join the clan, because in Season 1, it's going to be awesome. Also, those who make it to World Tier 4 will of course be able to join me for PvP. Me and Kaz will have some fun in there, so World Tier 3, World Tier 4 people, don't forget, it's PvP time. Yeah, me too, man. Like I said, for Season 1, I wanna use a druid build that only uses one unique, which is the Crone Staff, but also I wanna make one that doesn't use any uniques. That's my big goal for the druid for Season 1. Of course, Kevin, come on. Anyone can join the clan. The only thing that I ask is that if you join the clan, come to the streams. Because our clan is all about loyalty, family, and respect. You see, I want to see all the people in the clan at the streams. If you do not attend the streams after some time and you do not say hi, I will have to boot. Now, I'm not gonna enforce this in the preseason, but I am gonna enforce this in Season 1. I just want to make that clear because I think it's important. I think it's important that everybody comes, spends time with the family, you know, that kind of thing. Hey, no problem, man. That's what I'm all about. I like to be real. So thank you for recognizing that, man. Like I said, I'm always very realistic. But yeah, if you guys do sign up for the clan, just let me know. Tracer. Hey, Overwatch fan. I hope that this will also generate more interest in my Overwatch content eventually, because during the off season, that's what me and my wife are gonna play. So look forward to that. I love Overwatch. It's fun stuff. Okay, so we don't need any skills from this tier as far as I remember. So I'm just gonna chuck points into the pressure point because vulnerable is too crucial. Actually, why did I bother with that? I don't need this. More into pressure point. I need to max pressure point first. Not that easy, but with a bit of lucky hit, it should be possible. Yeah, I think I accepted you already, Kevin. I think you're Tracer, right?
My name is Pomuk.
I think that for this barbarian, the gloves need to have lucky hit chance increase. That one's probably going to be the biggest change. Lucky hit chance increase, and yep. Because we don't need attack speed. We need lucky hit chance increase as much as possible. Okay, you're in the clan already. Come on in. Like I said, we're not going to enforce stream attendance for the preseason, but in season 1, I want to make sure that, you know, those that are down for the clan are all about the stream as well. It's pretty inconsistent inflicting vulnerable. So although this is cool, I still think that unfortunately the exploit glyph is probably going to be a necessity, because that's the only way that I can inflict vulnerable consistently. So that's going to be a huge thing. Exploit glyph is going to be a absolute #1 that I'm going to have to work on. I mean, granted, I don't have the maxed out version of pressure point yet, but if it's already struggling like this, then that's no good. It has to be much more consistent than that. So this is not a good look for good old Whirlwind Barbs. Because as I mentioned before, the biggest problem is vulnerable damage is a must-have. I have no doubt that Whirlwind Barbs will be able to carry with damage alone, but still, vulnerable is too crucial. Without it, there's too many problems. So unless Paragon can change all that, very, 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 very not good. Okay. Next point goes in there. Actually, now I don't need Fury Builders anymore, so we'll go into that. Magic two-handed sword. Put on a magic two-handed axe instead. Okay, I've equipped everything that's stronger. Good. So far, so good. I'm already level 10 now. This is my second dungeon. Not too difficult, thankfully. Like I said, we don't really need anything from here. So, increased damage to close. Critical strikes against slowed. Ah, okay. So we're gonna need this first and foremost. All bleeding effects will be slowed. Maybe that's why they use like these weapon mastery skills so that we can make people vulnerable. That could also be a potential way. I'll have to get myself a good axe later on. Alright, let's keep on going. We're almost at the boss. Oh man. Getting CC'd is a pain. Okay, I'll save my... But I obviously can't do this exactly the way I did before. So that's completely fine. What I'll do is I'll adjust so that... because dealing with bosses early on is going to be a pain with this build. And I can already see that. I'll save my unstoppable for whenever I can yeah, how about that, boss? Oh, that's right, I'm unstoppable. I suffer. So much like with the early Bone Spear, my god, boss killing is super slow. That's okay. That was expected. Because we don't even have good gear stats for now. Alright, dungeon complete. Time for another 5 push-ups, and then we hit the next one. Okay, so Whirlwind Barb suffers from boss weakness early in the game, which we already kind of knew, but that's alright. All of this is perfectly within my expectations. Oh, we just need to upgrade one thing. I'll just upgrade this. Yes, there we go. Quest complete.
Good deal. Father bless.
Sell all this crap. Now, put this helmet on. Yep, we're fine. Before my push-ups, I'm just gonna go to the alchemist. Okay.
Well, use kettle's hot. What do you...
Okay, upgraded. Now we'll have to find yet another dungeon. Mallwood is perfect. Alright. Hot now, so 1 layer. Now let's think. We need Probably gonna need Call the Ancients for anti-bossing, which is fine. We can use that short term to supplement our boss killing capabilities. But again, that's doable. First, things are never that great, but with a little bit of effort, usually things are alright. That's what's most important. And thank you to everybody keeping the sound on, alright? Thank you for helping me pay rent. It's only because of you that I can do all this. Lay spirits to rest. I think there's just one left. Yep, right in the center. Like, Whirlwind is good outside of the bosses. It's only bosses that'll present the biggest difficulty for me right now. Oh, lumber-axe. Look at that. I'll take that. Slight DPS per second. Oh. Oh, this one has 5%. Because I want to advance the axe as fast as possible. Ride for it. If we encounter any world events like we always do, we'll clear them. As I've always mentioned, early boss is probably going to be the biggest problem. But once we get past that early boss difficulty, we should theoretically have a very well working barbarian. A well-oiled killing machine. Okay. Soon we'll change a few things and it'll be good to go. Because I noticed with, now Blood Mist is not an attack, for those of you that don't know. Blood Mist is literally a defensive ability for the Necro, but I noticed that even my Blood Mist was kind of slapping and it only does like 2% damage. And this was all due to crit and vulnerable damage, so theoretically, there's a way that I can pull some funky shit. Starting to think that these steel chains are gonna be even more necessary. All the Ancients is great for anti-boss. These would be great for normal combat. Well, doesn't matter. Let's add points into Whirlwind first, then we'll deal with the other thoughts later. Stonky Gang, thank you very much for following. Welcome. I'm already like slapping the crap out of elites with just my normal attacks. In the early stages, even in World Tier 2, the vulnerable is not a big issue. It's just the bosses. Vulnerable damage to close enemies. Oh, power, perfect. Don't much care about the rest, but that's fine. Okay, there's definitely one more bandit sentry somewhere around here, so let's get it going. He's got to be around here someplace. Ah, there he is. Oh, hey, a cursed chest. Sorry. A cursed shrine. Love it. No problem. It is gonna be the ideal build for Season 1. Right now I'm just testing other stuff for Season 1 so we can start it with a bang. Not long to go right now. So thank you very much for enjoying it. I appreciate it. We're gonna seek out the perfect stats. Make this actually work. No problem, man. Like I said, right now the only thing I'm doing is experimenting with some slightly different techniques, because late game, and I mean like very late game, vulnerability is basically the be-all and end-all of the situation. And I've noticed that, like, unless a build has a way of making enemies vulnerable consistently, it's actually really hard to push like those 20-30 level fights like way above you. So I'm trying to experiment right now with the Whirlwind bar before season 1 drops, because when season 1 drops, obviously we all want the best possible build. I want to avoid testing too many things in season 1. So right now I wanted to experiment with this Whirlwind bar, see if I could get something good going, see if I can make it work, and see what is the earliest time that I could get it to work, so that I can know the difference between a leveling build and like an actual working season 1 build. But I can certainly say that once you get the vulnerability damage going, whew, it is a wipeout. So that's just the biggest key right now. So thank you guys for giving my content a chance. I really appreciate it. If you guys come by the streams and keep the sound on as well, I can make rent, so that'd be really helpful. If I can make rent, I can keep making content. Thank you very much for giving me a chance. Welcome to the Robot Nation. Okay, this guy's dead. Okay, good. Nothing too important. Damage to close enemies, huh? I'll take that. Love my core skill damage, but without damage to close enemies, that's not happening. Now the question is, how many points till we actually hit that? How many points till Call of the Ancients? Yeah, hammer. You can use hammer at the Ancients with the sword. Oh wait, no, sorry. Hammer is bludgeoning only. No. Sword is basically Whirlwind. Yep. Because the sword, like your arsenal, you have to choose which, like certain skills can only use certain weapons in the arsenal. If you were to check this, it requires a two-handed bludgeoning weapon, which is your big mace. That's it. So although the Barbarian is an awesome walking arsenal of awesomeness, well, it has issues. The other big problem is you basically need bold chieftains along with shouts early game. Bold chieftains plus shouts would be like the ideal early game. Mid game. Because without shouts, you have no way of like taunting everybody toward you, unless you're gonna get like the whirlwind that sucks everybody in. Which is great if you can find the aspect, because that aspect is drop only. That's why I'm like trying to find so many different ways to run this thing, because I do want to run it perfectly, but I also know that, let's just say, doing it badly is probably going to result in sadness. That's why I'm being very cautious in how I do all this shenanigans. On the plus side though, attack speed is not necessary for gloves. Yeah, two-handed sword running around, no problem. But you have to whirlwind. Only whirlwind is viable with the two-handed sword. Either that, or you're gonna have to go like Rend Rupture. You can do that as well. But just so you know, Rend Rupture is a very low tier build. It loses efficiency extremely quickly. And again, it's because vulnerability is the most important thing in the world. So yeah, just be aware of that. Yeah, nothing wrong with liking the chain early game as well. I said, if it wasn't for the fact that you need freaking every shout to function at all, I too would be using the chain constantly. But needing every single... The problem with needing every single, what you call it, shout to function is that it limits a lot of the power that I feel a barbarian should have. It's like, why can't I use some of my other cool skills, you know what I'm saying? Instead, no, you literally need, and I mean need your shouts on point to function. Okay, let's see. This, I'm taking out all the points. Early game, it's useless. It's literally not even helping me right now. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start buffing straight away. Chain is good for a quick pull-in vulnerable, but the problem is that the Barbarian is a consistent damage dealer. It's all about, like with the Barb, it's all about that long consistency, which is where I think we are struggling so much. Like getting that long consistency, big problem. So I'm gonna go for crits first, because although vulnerable damage is important, I've got no way of inflicting it early on in the game. At least until I get lucky hit chance on the gloves. Then I'll need to go pressure points. So that'll probably be around level 40. And an exploit glyph straight up at level 50. Exploit's probably first and foremost. But the good part is that the Barb does so much damage early game that like I'm literally having no trouble chopping these fools down. There's that. Oh, dungeon's done. Okay, push-ups time, and then we'll do some more. Alright. This is okay so far. Like I said, thank you to everybody keeping the sound on. Alright, you're helping me make rent this month, and that is beautiful. Alright. Let's start.
Anything else?
I got furs, skins, and steel.
Maximum life. Okay, give me that. Shoes. No, I don't care about. Yep. Absolutely. I'm testing stuff before Season 1 drops so we can go in hardcore, you know? That's what matters.
Greetings, traveler. Behold the marvelous tales I have to offer.
If only there were actually good skins. Because last I checked, none of the Barb skins are cool.
That's a bold choice.
This is the only one that might even be semi-cool, and it's like 1,700, no thank you. Unless somebody sponsored that shit, fuck that. Alright, push-ups time. Five push-ups is too low, so I'm gonna start hitting 8 push-ups or more. No problem, happy to help. I'm just trying to do something different for Season 1 because my biggest problem with the Barb is that we don't have a way of consistently inflicting vulnerable. And Hammer of the Ancients is great. I mean, you do big hits. But the problem is if you don't crit and you don't have a way of inflicting vulnerable, then Hammer of the Ancients is useless. See? This is my biggest struggle. Like it's got very big damage and you can see very big numbers. I can hit upward of 8 mil. but that's only when the enemy is vulnerable. So I am a huge fan of consistency, and this is my, like I've mentioned several streams, this is my biggest problem right now. There's no consistency. We need something better. We need that consistency, my friends. Without it, it is a massive struggle. So right now, what I'm gonna make sure, this is the only reason I'm testing a Whirlwind bar before season 1, because it gives me the opportunity to say, okay, if I cannot consistently with my skills inflict vulnerability, how do I level up? So far, I can level up just fine without vulnerability. But come Paragon, come level 40, there must be a way to do it. Maybe by upping lucky hit chance, I can do it better, but we'll have to see. Lucky hit chance on gloves is probably going to be a big factor, because unlike with other playstyles, I don't need, and this is just me being honest, I do not actually need the, what you call it? I don't need the attack speed, because this is not an attack speed based build. Like, Whirlwind does not improve with attack speed, just so you know. I would probably only get attack speed and max fury on my helmet, along with cooldown reductions. But yeah, cooldown reductions, max fury, attack speed if I can, and life. But helmets are also pretty complex for the bar, so we'll see what we can do. Yeah, constructing it is a pain. I love the barb though. I think the barb is freaking awesome. So I just need to make sure I get the perfect defensive stats and the perfect offensive stats. Once I have all of that, I'll be gold. But if there's one thing that I cannot deny, it's the fact that, to be perfectly honest, the Whirlwind Barb is actually really fun. Just because it's hilarious to spin to win. My two-handed axe mastery is like going up so fast. But yeah, probably bosses are going to be my biggest struggle in these early stages. Well, now you know. Lesson learned. I have a lot of different passives I want to get. I was trying to think, I might have to go Thorn's Barb. Feels like a Whirlwind Thorns Barb might be more viable. Well, then you should get some sleep, Stonky. Just leave the sound on for me, alright? Thank you. I hope you have a good night, buddy, if you do decide to go. If not, then be a real gamer. Stay up all night and then die tomorrow. That is the way. This is the way of true Robot Nation, okay? We are the Mandalorians of gaming. Stay up all night and then we die. But you know what's fucked up? The Sorcerer is far more powerful than the Barbarian in the early and mid game. Just because of how it works. It is dumb. Best in the mirrors of it, but his confidence made a go. Maybe that's why, you know what? Maybe this is the way. There has to be some way to constantly have vulnerable. But we'll get there when we get there. First, this. We already max. Yep, we did max Whirlwind. Alright. You have a good night, buddy. See you when I'm streaming in the evening. You have a good one. Yep, use it if you want. But as I've always mentioned, and I'm gonna tell you it straight, it's pretty trash. I have a Riz plate. I just don't believe in a Thorn's Barb. Thorn's barbs are wild. Wild child. Where are you? Come at me, den mother. Eh, what the? LOL! LOL, this is the bug dungeon. You cannot teleport out. All you can do is just LOL, Light Swatch is bugged still. I can't believe they haven't fixed that bug yet. That's very dumb. Yeah, you can fall through the floor on Lights Watch. It's stupid. Very, very stupid. But c'est la vie. But now I'm just gonna grab this clip and copy the clip link, put it straight into my Discord as well. Okay, good. Now that that's settled, I'll be able to, well, I'll count that as a finished dungeon, because it should. I'll do my push-ups, and then we're gonna hit some more. So as always, thank you to everybody keeping the sound on, alright? You guys are amazeballs. Oh yeah, this is good. This is a damn good axe, thank you. Stern Slayer. Extra armor. Our barb is like maximum mismatched. But that's okay. Yeah, don't visit Lights Watch in the early stages of the game, because it's bad for your health. Okay, push-ups time. Thank you, Brandon. I will see you this evening for more. Alright, thank you all to everybody who hung out. Go ahead and have a good night. Actually, I should pee before carrying on. I'll go to the washroom, then hit up another dungeon. Hello, Hankit.
What is this?
Ah. Much better. Okay. Well, like I said, if you have a good build, I'll happily play it in Season 1 for the Rogue. As long as it's ranged, because none of that melee bullshit. It needs range and the ability to inflict vulnerable consistently, which it should have, obviously. But anyway. I'm testing a Whirlwind Barb myself. I'm trying to see if there's a viable way to make it decent for leveling. And not super shit. And then see if it can beat out the Hammer Barb. Because the Hammer Barb's great, but very, very inconsistent. Because the Hammer Barb was designed for big hits, but the problem is that big hits late game require vulnerability or a crit, and crit is luck and chance based. Vulnerability is only based on exploit glyph. 3 seconds is not enough. Yeah, just having a look at it because I want to prepare this before Season 1. Like, that is my major goal. I need this done before Season 1. No, I've seen the hook. Hook is 2 seconds vulnerability, not enough. And the barb needs the shouts. It might look promising, but it sounds to me like another one of those level 100 only builds with perfect gear. So yeah, no. Because there's a variety of ways to make things work with perfect gear at level 100. But that, again, is not good enough for me. Like, I'm using the Bone Spear Necro as the standard, as the gold standard now. Basically, everything has to be so easily achievable that a player should not have difficulty just, you know, going in and playing it straight up. So far, only Whirlwind and Hammer seem to have that capability. Like, even this Whirlwind build is not, like, majorly problematic right now. I'm just testing whether or not I can go crits early on, because I'm always guaranteed to slow and bleed. And if I can go crit early on, then I can eschew vulnerability until later, which is really, really good. And then maybe switch into Thorns if necessary. Like, if necessary, I can switch into Thorns for a bit in the early and mid game. Just trying to find different ways to make shit work. Once it does, though. Okay, we are in business. But it's the consistency of activating vulnerability that is annoying for me. I need to, like, practically max out lucky hit chance, I reckon. The good thing is that this doesn't require any attack speed at all. So, as long as I can max lucky hit chance, I should be good to go. But the problem is that I think, as far as I know, only gloves can have lucky hit chance. Gloves and rings. Rings can have it as well. Yeah, that's kind of the big issue, dude. Like, it needs to constantly inflict vulnerable. There is just no other way. And without that, death sentence. Like, I feel like Decimator is probably the most important thing ASAP that we run. So once you've got Decimator, you're good. Decimator board. Absolutely important. Did you watch my season 1 video? Because if you haven't, you can just literally watch that video and it explains everything. So be sure, this is why I always tell people, make sure your notifications are set to all for my channel, because that way you won't miss any of the videos I put out. Here's the video for season 1. Everything you need to know is in there. Enjoy. Anytime there is any information that you guys need to know, I'll have a video for it. If it's a major patch, if it's something important for like the new season, video. That way you don't have to worry. Everything you need will be accessible to you in one quick, easy video. There you go. Depends on your perspective, Hankit. That's why I always say, let the people watch the video, because that way they know exactly what's in there. They can decide for themselves whether or not the so-called regrind is terrible or not. But pretty much get used to it, because this is how seasons work in Diablo. Well, hello, Rena. You do realize, Hankit, that except for, you know, insane people like you, pretty much everyone's a first timer to the Diablo series. There are very few veterans here, actually. Most, like I would say about 80% of the player base is a first timer right now. Jesus, that sounds rough, buddy. You gotta take it easy. Random question, does Garen still spin? You're the only person I know who plays League of Legends, so I actually wanted to ask, does Garen still spin? Because if Garen still spins, then I am literally dedicating this entire build to Demacia. Okay. Good to know. As long as he still spins, right? If this Whirlwind Barb becomes successful for Season 1, when I post the build, I'm gonna put Garen's picture there. Well, Garen's got one big sword, right? So I've got one big sword. He's got one big sword. I see no difference. They're the same image. Well, I guess I have an axe. So I guess I'm technically Darius. If Whirlwind scaled off attack speed, that'd probably throw the build out of whack. Oh, hey, it's the Butcher. Did the Butcher just run away from me? What? I mean, I stand no chance, but I'm gonna still fight him. Because lol, this early game build is no way to win. Haha. I have no tools to kill him with. despise you, Butcher. Just you wait till I'm back on my Necro, okay? Even 20 levels higher, you cannot kill me. No, they don't. They don't. As far as I've tested, no, they don't. Attack speed has no effect on it. No problem, more vodka. Happy to help. Except that the rogue has many weaknesses past late game, so I'm sorry I didn't advance it in the preseason. Waiting for one of my buds to come up with a pure ranged rogue build that I can level with and play because, yeah, vulnerable is the most important thing. And considering that the rogue does not have long unstoppables like the barbarian and the rest, yeah, very hard to play it endgame because CC is everywhere. And your life is literal misery. Whirlwind does not scale with faster attack speed. It's the same. You can try it for yourself, but it's literally the same no matter what. Whirlwind is just consistent. It's just per second. That's it. I compare everything to Bone Spear Necro now. Like, the only thing attack speed, as far as I can tell, now I could be wrong on this, but as far as I can tell, the only thing attack speed affects, right, is the speed at which I start my Whirlwind. As in, it's like how fast I go into my Whirlwind. That's what the attack speed seems to affect. We're not comparing Whirlwind to Rapid Fire. Or at least I'm not. I just want Rapid Fire to be good, or any other range build to be good, so that I don't have to play a melee rogue. Anyway. Time to be sad. Screw you, Blood Bishop. You're nothing and nobody. Just you wait. Once my Whirlwind gets good, I'm gonna rip you up. Y'all ain't ready. Do it for the glory of Demacia. Boss kills are literally like only challenging in the early stages of the game. Nobody cares about them after. Yep. I mean, I think it would, like, ultimately, I just don't want to get CC'd all the time. That should be the ultimate goal. If we're talking ranged rogue, then it's okay if they come up to my face. I can still kite them just like I was doing with, the
You be careful with that.
with the Bone Necro, but the main issue that I want to avoid is just being stuck in melee all the time, like having to dive in. Like, that's a no-no. Is there a guide to this game? Of course there is. Choose your character. Guides are all on my channel. But come on. Unless you're a video game journalist, which I'm sure you're not, the basic is get in the game, play the story. The story will teach you a lot of the basic stuff. Then after you finish the campaign, you got an idea of how to play the game. That's when you start getting into builds, and the builds will guide you. They are all on my channel. But the mechanics of the game you learn through the campaign and playing it, you know, through the story. So yeah, that'd probably be a great start for you. Once you get that going, you're good to go. I'm gonna find the next dungeon first before I do my push-ups. Exactly, Hankett. That is my issue as well, because why the hell am I having to dive in and then die to CC? Like, to me, that is bullcrap. So that's why I want a viable range rogue, like one that does not die to CC instantaneously. Like, I'm okay with CC killing me if I'm out of position, but I should not have to dive in to do my damage and then immediately get murked by CC. Like, that is dumb as frick. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I have an issue with melee range. But look, as long as I'm not diving in directly to the thing that's gonna CC me, then I'm fine, you know? Okay, I can lure them with rapid fire, fine, no issue. I can lure them into poison traps, fine, no issue. I'm okay with that. I don't mind a trapper style. Just don't make me dive into the character and I'll just be annoyed. Like, if it's a suppressor, I understand. Yeah, Hankett's experimenting with rapid fire, I reckon, which should be fine. It'll just be like a Boazon again. Mid-range is okay with me. Like, don't forget, the Bone Spear is also mid-range. I mean, I am technically artillery, but the Bone Spear, don't forget, the Bone Spear doesn't have unlimited forward range. It goes forward and then it comes back, and it's the back shot that actually kills everybody. It's not the forward shot. So, yeah. Anyway, push-ups. Yeah, I know the description says 5 push-ups, but I'm already up to like 8. I'm gonna do this every single day. Every single day, every morning stream, I'm gonna do nothing but these push-ups. And by the end, well, planks on alternate days, I guess. And, well, once the push-ups get to a sufficiently high level, I'll do planks on alternate days. My goal is barbarian body by summer. Okay, if you work out while you game, you will have barbarian body by summer. And I'll use my barbarian body to stream shirtless finally. And become like, I'll finally be a big titty streamer. Hey guys, that's my goal. Alright, you guys gonna support my goal? Of course you are. That's why I love you guys. And if anyone doesn't support my goal, okay, Hankett will personally execute you. Door has been unsealed. Okay, let's go. Who is this Graves you are talking about? Is it somebody I should know about? Oh, I just want the blood on your hands instead of mine. That's all. Right. I remember him. Wait, is it... Am I thinking of a different game, or can he... Is he a werewolf? Or something like that? Or am I thinking of the wrong game? Because sometimes I get confused between League of Legends and Heroes of the Storm. Is he a werewolf? Greymane. Yeah, sorry, I was thinking of Greymane then. Yeah. I used to play Greymane so much in Heroes of the Storm. So Graves is not a werewolf. Okay. Hey, Worgen form is awesome. Gotta love being a Worgen. A wargy. A wargy porgy. Right, I knew I wasn't dumb. Hey Ray, how's it hanging? La 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 la, spin to win! I'm a spin for Demacia. But yeah, to be honest, I never played much League, so yeah, the only one I really remember is Garen. Like I said, I played mostly Heroes of the Storm because it was easier to get into, less mechanics, and I was far more interested in Blizzard characters. I'm still so sad that they canned that game. Like, it still exists, but you know, it was a great game. I think they should have kept it. But anyway, that's Blizzard for you. More damage to close enemies, I take. Oh god, the paladin. What the fuck? Yrel. I used to remember all the bad Yrels that will just like dive in with their shit and die. She was okay, but my god, fuck Yrel. Funnily enough, I used to play Alarak. I used to play Alarak and Artanis. Artanis was so wild though. Like if your team was over leveled, Artanis was a pub stomper. Just go in there and just like slap the shit out of everybody. For contrast though, I used to play Li Ming. Just range from a distance and just be annoying. I tried playing Sonya, the Barbarian, because I thought it would be similar to Garen. It wasn't similar to Garen. It made me miserable. Like, you literally had to go, what was it, Fury Slam? Slam or something like that? Yeah. I had to become a Slam Barb instead of a Whirly Barb. Sonya didn't require too much thinking. It's just that like you can't play Whirlwind effectively. It's like mostly slam. So all you're doing is like just slam, 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 slam. Oh, what's that? Slam, 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 slam. Ah, Call of the Ancients. Now hopefully bossing will go a bit faster. Well, that's because of Diablo 2, like in the original Diablo 2, Whirlwind granted you massive lifesteal, so it was great. Oh, finally movement speed. Oh, thank fuck. Oh Lord, blessed be thy name. My holy Father, thank thee for granting me the strength. Ah, yes. A better sword. I will take this. I need to go to the Forge Master in Ket Bardu. Yep, skulls and weapons, bruh. Skulls and weapons. That was the time. Everything was skulls in weapons. Because, lifesteal. Oh, yes. It was a very different age. I guess you could even call it an age of empires. Spin! Spin away the pain! Okay, boss room. And thank you to everybody keeping the sound on, alright? I appreciate y'all. Oh, yeah, that kind of URL. Nothing wrong with that. As they call you, Jungle. Get it, Jungle? You know, I'm gonna say this right now. I reckon Whirlwind should make you CC immune. Like, while whirlwinding, you should be immune to CC. Yeah, I don't care that it's overpowered. They need to give me this, because I said so. I am their god. Ah, thank God for the Call of the Ancients. Bossing is a lot easier now. No problem, more vodka. Thank you for enjoying it. No, it's just Jungel, Jungle, yes. But also, yes, that is the key. That is what it is to be Yrel. Yrel of the jungle. George of the jungle, watch out for that tree. George of the jungle, watch out for that tree.
Good deal. Father bless.
Exactly. Isn't that the greatest part about playing Yrel? You can slam in the wrong direction. It's beautiful.
Stay on your ground.
Okay, we're gonna head to the Lost Archive soon. But before that... She had an insta mount. I don't remember her having that. Ket Bardu. And push-ups. Here we go. Oh shit. Ray just dipped 3. Okay. That's another 6 push-ups. Here we go. Thank you, Ray. Alright. Barbarian muscles. Coming for summer. I won't be a skinny boy anymore. You know, Hank Kid, I bet you a lot of nerds would have wanted to insta-mount you, Rel.
I see you
Just
are
saying.
a child of Ariel.
Okay? I seen the R34. I seen it. I seen it. Yeah, but it doesn't stop people from, you know, R34ing everything. That's what idealization is, by the way. You know, just be very careful. We're not supposed to. Well, we can say Hitler. We can't say a lot of other stuff. So just be very careful of the context. But yes, I'm aware. I'm aware of Yarel's backstory. Just be very careful of what we say.
We must often remind them otherwise. Let's see what you can do.
What if I don't want to see what I can do, huh? Huh? What if I don't? I won't see what I can do. Yabba dabba doo. She's a creepier Poppy. Lol. I would think that Poppy being like this tiny midget tank. It's like some kind of gnome tank. I swear to God, Poppy's creepy as fuck. I don't understand the obsession with tiny characters that like, you know, are like huge strength. It's like, what the fuck? Oh, there's plenty of characters like Poppy. Like me. Back in the game Neverwinter, right? Although Halfling was probably the worst class for Barbarian, because Halflings are Dex and Charisma based and whatnot. I made a Halfling Barbarian. It was so fucking funny, because your sword was bigger than you were. So I was basically like Poppy, running around and tanking. I was tanking like all the like Demogorgons and all that kind of stuff. It was so fucking funny. And I was like, I called my Halfling Barbarian Very Angry Lass. And that was my adventure. Dude, it was so freaking funny in Neverwinter. Because it's D&D based. So Halfling Barbarian was like hilarious.
Clean kill. The Forge Master was right to send
You just go absolutely berserk.
survive.
And just like rip everything
Survive
apart.
what?
As a Halfling. And you're so tiny. I always play the shortest race possible. The shortest race, female
Stay
possible.
your hand. Oh, the vermin have bled enough. There is a small cave nearby. The final test awaits.
So like I said, that is 100% standard for me. Yo, slice your knees right off, bro.
A great and terrible beast.
Yes and no. It's also just hilarious. But yeah, in PvP, it makes you a smaller target as well. Makes you harder to click. So, yeah. I cannot deny that it is to an extent for PvP purposes. Because it makes sense.
And what a...
Okay, time to return to the Forge Master. NASA's best League character, yep. If you're good at farming. But I'll tell you, the greatest character in history is forever Ogre Magi. because he's literally so dumb that his magic scales off strength. He's like a muscle wizard. Ever since they released that shit, I was like laughing my ass off. Ogre Magi doesn't need intelligence. He's a strength hero. Muscle wizard. I remember somebody made a comic once about a muscle wizard. Like their ability was to cast fist. It was so fucking funny. I don't know why it stuck with me, but it just reminds me of that. And like, who was it? Medusa has like no strength. Medusa only has dexterity or something like that. Now, listen. I demand in this game that we get a Ogre Magi. Because it's Blizzard's property anyway. Alright. Of course. Throwing knives scale off attack speed, buddy. Yeah. Don't forget, your bow stats apply. Check the late game video again. I talk about it in the gear section, but your bow stats apply whether you're using a bow or not. That's why we always, like all of us, we always trick out our characters by like, even all these other weapons, right? I look at the stats. If the stats are good for my character, then I always use those stats. Like that's just how it works, you know? You always use the best possible stats for your character. No. Attack speed on the bow. No. Is he talking about like an attack speed roll? Or is he talking about the affix? Because if you're talking about the attack speed on the bow itself, like the base affix here, this attack speed is not going to help you. It's whatever's below the line. Whatever's below the line will apply. And, well, the vulnerable damage as well. So the attack speed is for the weapon itself. But all the stuff with the little dot next to it, like critical strike damage, all the other stuff will apply. So if you're talking about that, then yes. Yeah, if it's below the line, then you're fine. Although I didn't know that a bow could roll attack speed below the line, but yeah. Where the hell am I going? I got confused for a second. Heading back to town. Head Bardu. Zoom. Okay, Mr. Shrunken, goodbye. So, that's a quick and easy ban. Gotta love the trolls. They've been out in force since last night. If you're not a troll, please appeal the ban via my email address, which you should know if you're not a troll, but if you are, then well, you wouldn't know it, so.
Welcome, kindred.
Okay, now I got technique. Okay. Good. My thugnificence is legendary. Okie dokie. Okie dokie.
Live well, my friend.
Got a score to settle?
Live well, my friend. What if I don't want to live well, huh? What then? What do I do then? Alright. Back to Kyokyo. Bashad. And then time to finally hit a dungeon now that we got our technique going. Yeah, no problem. Happy to help, Sutra. Wait till you start hitting the 8 mil crits, it's beautiful. But the only reason I stopped Hammer and I'm trying Whirlwind right now before Season 1 is that I want a more consistent way of inflicting vulnerable. Oh, nice. Okay. Enjoy it. I want my Paris Prime in this game.
Daughter of hatred demands blood.
One day. One day. Come at me, demon. Yep, I played it a very, very ancient time ago. What? Wait, you only hit 1.3 mil with hammer at level 85? You might need to upgrade your gear, buddy. Because by the time you hit level 8, I thought you were like level 50 or something. By the time you hit level 80, you should be able to hit up to 7 mil. So just keep working on your gear, because that'll probably be the biggest thing for you. You might be under geared. Because it's definitely possible to hit about 7 to 8 mil around level 80.
Bearer of Lilith's blood, she will have your soul.
I'm 100% spinning to win. Demacia! Is this guy here using rapid fire? Oh, I can smell the noob off him. But I don't think there'll be any nerfs for Season 1. They're gonna be very dumb if they nerf things in Season 1. Hammer of the Ancients is so inconsistent that if they nerf that shit, that's dumb. Because look, although I can hit 8 mil, you do realize that more often than not, especially when fighting above your level, you're not gonna crit. And if you don't crit and you don't inflict vulnerable, or you don't crit within 3 seconds of inflicting vulnerable, this is the big problem that I realized. Hammer of the Ancients can't do shit. Whereas the Whirlwind Barbs generally have a better way of inflicting vulnerable. Basically, as long as the enemy is vulnerable, life is good. If the enemy is not vulnerable, life is very bad. And this is the biggest problem. Because I feel that they need to make it so that vulnerable isn't the be-all and end-all. But once you get to like the end game, you start to realize that literally vulnerable is everything. And no vulnerable means no gameplay. Like legit, it's so stupid. So I'm hoping that they understand this before they start doling out nerfs, because the problem is not with character build, the problem is not with any of that, no. The problem is with the bloody fact that that vulnerable is the only viable option for everything. If you don't have vulnerable damage, you've got nothing, and you're basically screwed. Like, that should never be the case. In my honest opinion, that is the worst idea ever. It seems that way, but realistically speaking, I've done my biggest damage to primary target, which is fine. It's just stupidly annoying. It's just stupidly annoying to have vulnerable only be on 3 seconds. Like, that is just irritating. Because I feel that there needs to be more ways to inflict vulnerable since it's such a crucial status effect. But the Hammer of the Ancients Barb only has the exploit glyph. Look, dude, you can hear whatever is out there, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. The only thing I care about is what actual patch notes say. And until the actual patch notes say whatever, that's just a lot. Look, people can say whatever they want on the forums. YouTubers will do anything for clickbait, dude. That's why I always tell people, you can choose to trust them or you can choose to trust me. But me, I only deal in facts. Until the patch notes say there's been a nerf, that's the only time I talk about it. Patch notes don't say nerf, nothing has changed. And I can certainly tell you that nothing has changed for my Hammer Barb. I played it for a little while this morning, but I just got annoyed with the inconsistency straight away. Because compared to my Necro, who inflicts vulnerable with everything, it's so silly to, like, I don't need to hit 8 mil. I just need to hit 1.4 mil, which my Necro can already do, consistently, and I'm killing things at level 100, because enemies don't, their hit points don't scale into the 8 million, so the 8 million is useless too. I'd rather have a way of consistently inflicting vulnerable, which is why I'm trying out the Whirlwind build, because I feel that this might be able to do it better, but we'll have to see. Because the passive skill, I tried it, didn't even trigger that often, because Whirlwind has a really low lucky hit chance. So unless I buff my overall lucky hit chance, even this build might be less viable. So many things to consider, my friend. Necro does Vuln using Bone Spear, using Corpse Tendril. You can check my build. I discussed all the stuff. Well, I'm glad you chose to watch me, Sutra. Because I can tell you, if you watch me, it's only legitimate information. Of course, you have to decide that for yourself. I can't force anybody to watch me, but here we keep it legit. If the patch notes didn't say it, if a Blizzard dev didn't confirm it, we don't care about it. Because here, it's all about facts and logic. That's it. I don't care about the rest of the bullshit. I only want to hear, is this factually in-game? Have we tested it? Is it scientifically possible? Not scientifically possible, don't talk to me. That's the standard that I uphold across any content that I do for any games. Again, it's also why devs choose to work with me. Not Blizzard devs, but other game devs always choose to work with me. That too. I mean, we do have Booth. I mean, I guess we have Handkit too. Yes. And Rena. Rena's always cute. With that said, right, level 100 does have a lot of cheesy builds as well, so it is possible to get good stuff at level 100. But that's after you've done all the hard yards. It's like at that point, your build can be pretty perfect. So that is a thing. I don't mind that. You know, there's a lot of people that find very interesting builds at level 100 that work in very specific and weird ways, but for me, during the leveling process, it's so hard if you don't have like full-on vulnerable. Otherwise, like you could, one thing you could do is like you could just do some very cheap leveling. Sure, you could do it with a hammer barb, hit level 100 in a couple of days, assuming that you're dedicated focus on it, right? But you would never push up the higher levels. Then you just have to like find a cheese build at level 100 specifically, and that could work as well. But I don't want that experience for my people because at the end of the day, some people are not super grinders. Some people are never going to hit 100. My goal is to find the easiest build for them to level up with and, you know, have a good time leveling. Which is why I test and why I learn. Well, thank you, Citra. I'll try and maintain that no BS atmosphere, that's for sure. But if I ever do BS, call me out on it, because sometimes I do get stuff wrong. And if I do, apology video is usually the next day. Because I don't mind getting stuff wrong. As long as it's factually wrong, then fine. I can always admit when I'm wrong. And I've done it before in other games, so like I said, I don't worry too much about that kind of stuff. But the biggest problem with this Whirlwind Barb is that it goes through like weird power spikes. Like it's really great at level 16, 17. Then 18 comes around and all of a sudden you're feeling wonky. And then I bet you in the 20s it's going to be great again. It has its ups and downs, I'll tell you that much. Early game, your single target damage sucks. I need healing. I need healing. Oh lord, I can hear my inner Genji already calling out. Hello, animator. Well, a good afternoon to you. How you doing? Good, I would hope. Yeah, boy. He's testing out the Whirlwind Barb. No problem, man. I always did that with every game that I played, because basically, some people know which game I'm talking about, but one of the previous games where I was very much hated as a creator because I only spoke facts. And I guess the clickbait creators and the toxics in that environment didn't like me. They still harass me to this very day. Like I said, my crew knows who I'm talking about, but basically I would always have to prove my build, so I just got in the habit of doing it because at the end of the day, my goal is to show you guys what can be done. And again, That's why I do everything live on stream, because what use is me telling you that something works if you can't see the proof and the evidence in front of your own eyes? And also the same struggles that I go through with every single like bit of this, you guys are gonna get to see that same struggle, be like, oh yeah, so he struggled with this, he struggled with that. Like, at least if you guys know what I'm struggling with, then that's okay. You guys can see it for yourself and learn from that experience and get a chance to like either correct your own builds or do whatever. Like, for me, that's the ultimate goal. That's all I'm here to do. Of course, making rent off viewership is great, but that's just gravy, and you know, it comes slowly with time. The more people that discover me, give me a chance, you know, they tune in to watch me, we grow, and once I'm at 30 viewers on average every stream, then I don't even have to worry about rent. I can just focus on content. So yeah, feel free to join the clan, you know, come by the streams. As long as you attend streams, I'm happy, and that's all it really takes, you know. As long as I can make enough money to pay my bills, I'll keep making the content that you guys like. I'm not here for the riches, just here to silence the bitches. Alright, so far got one ring. That's alright. Damage to slowed enemies, I'll take that. No on this. This does have damage to close enemies, which is better. Kinda, so I'll go with that. Okay, the rest is fine. The sword is absolutely awesome, but now is not the time. I want to max axe first. Well, I appreciate that tremendously, man. That's all it really takes. Because unlike other streaming platforms, YouTube is the only one where you can actually just make money off viewership, which is super awesome. That's why I focus on it. As long as people be watching the content, then I'm good to go, you know? As long as they lurk with the sound on, I am good to go. Of course, donations. I love donations, memberships, all that kind of stuff. It really helps, but, you know, ultimately my goal is to make sure that I can do it just off viewership alone. I love how they all went to like some random small minion instead of the actual elite. Thank you, Ancients. You guys are such wonderful individuals. Like, legit, they just, you know, yeah, we're just gonna attack this random minion, you know, it's all good. Oh, you're fighting a big guy over there? Nah, we gotta attack this random small guy. Excuse me. But yes, thank you to everybody keeping that sound on. Alright, it is greatly appreciated. Doing good. Always doing good. Just testing out a Whirlwind Barb right now. See if I can, you know, make something viable for the people. That is and always will be my main goal. Okay. Here we go. Roar. 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 Bosses are honestly the only danger to me. That's okay. That's what it's all about. I will spin to win. I'll spin to win. Quickly, call the ancients. Alright. Now, let's get started over there. Back to town. And then from town, push-ups. And then after the push-ups, we rock and rumble even more. Okay. Oh crap, I got rid of the skull. Oh well. Nah. Forgot. Oh well, what's the matter?
Good fortune.
Give me this. Fury cost reduction, evasion grants movement speed. Ah, but this has baseline movement speed, so no thank you. I'd rather move faster through my dungeons. Now I have to speak about gem crafting. Meh. Screw this bone helm.
Precious stones to catch the light. Come and see.
Precious stones to catch the light, eh? Yeah, you take them. Ding. Okay, in. Let's go. That's the point. That's the point. It needs to be, like, what I need to inflict is the 2 seconds consistently. Only way I'm thinking of doing that is if I stack both crit strike Because I don't need attack speed, I just need crit strike, lucky hit chance on the gloves. And of course, if I can, ranks of Whirlwind. That'd be overly helpful.
Light keep you.
Both, vodka, both. Chest piece and pants. You need both if you really want to succeed. I had Rage of Harrogath, but it failed later on, so I stopped using it. If you check my endgame Barbarian build, hammer, aspect of might, aspect of disobedience, you always gotta have both. Not having both is miserable, and you will suffer. Both is the ideal. Not both? Very, very the bad. Okay, push-ups, and then we hit it. Shit. Let's go Tree of Whispers while I'm doing my push-ups. I don't mind Shadow Necro buffs, but
It is done.
if there are, they better be damn good.
Different this one.
They must be the best of the best. If they are not, then I will shatter their souls. Rings can roll lucky hit chance? I see. I see. Yes. I didn't know they could do that. Joyous. Does Blight cause vulnerable? I don't recall it doing that, but I'll take your word for it.
Very good. Thank you.
How does Blight cause vulnerable? I thought it was only Sever that does.
Rare to have something so fine.
At least, as far as my knowledge goes. No, you only need aspect of might and disobedience, dude. No other. There are no other defensive aspects that matter. Aspect of might, aspect of disobedience, end of story. There's literally no other defensive aspect that matters, I can guarantee that. You don't have to believe me, but try without it and then see the difference with it and without it. It will open your mind. Okay, let's see if I can complete, before I go for lunch, 2 last dungeons. One's here. Hopefully the other one's elsewhere. Lol. Lol. That's what you'd like for the buffs? Ha. I think that what should happen is that Blight should automatically pull enemies in. If it does that, and you don't have to use it, then they can make an aspect make Blight cause vulnerable. That's okay. Because right now you need an aspect to make Blight pull everybody in, and I think that that's wrong. Especially since Corpse Tendril already does that and causes vulnerable. So what am I using Blight for? You get what I mean? So yeah, nah. I don't mind a Shadow Necro, but if they want to make Shadow Necro viable, basically I want them to make it so every class has a great way of inflicting vulnerable constantly. No vulnerable, no class. You know what, since my rings can roll lucky hit chance, what if I roll lucky hit chance, crit strike chance, and crit and vulnerable, then I would be able to inflict vulnerable all the time. Oh. Let's try that on the rings. plan has been formed. No, what the heck is that, huh? I don't want them to remove corpse tendrils. Corpse tendrils is fine as is. I'd rather they alter blight. They should alter blight's nature. Like either make one of its abilities pull in, you know, or change it so that one of its abilities allows it to inflict vulnerable, and then leave the pull in to like the aspect. That's also fine. But listen, what kind of Ultra Asian build are you going for, Rena? Huh? Shout KNN. Now, for those of you who are not Asian, you don't need to know what KNN means, but yeah. that sounds more like a barb skill than any kind of thing. Can you imagine like the barb skill is just to shout that, and by shouting that every mob gets offended and takes like 1000% damage. Yeah, sure, I could go with that. It would create like the ultimate shouting barb. A shout to inflict damage. Burst their eardrums. Asian mom build. I don't think Asian moms shout that. Asian moms just go straight for the rotan. My mom is a very dainty lady. So your mom is wild. My mom dainty lady. That's why she never shouts such things. My mom was a sorcerer class. Hanket's mom barbarian class. I bet when she beats you as a child, right? She got that whirlwind beating with the slipper. She was whirlwind your butt. Yeah, they whirlwind with the cane.
You're there. We came here to purge this evil, but now I can't leave my friends here. Not like this.
Lol.
We can't do it alone.
That's how you know that you guys are the absolute barb family. We are the necro family. Necro/sorcerer family. You know, all about that balance, respecting life and death and all that, you know. I wish the Call of the Ancients lasted at least 10 seconds. That'll make a lot more sense than the 6 that we get. I don't understand why it only lasts for 6 seconds. That's dumb.
Here. Something for your troubles.
Oh. Something for my
You
troubles.
deserve this. Never seen anyone fight like you.
You better not have seen anyone fight like me, because if anyone fought like me, that's pretty worrying. Okay, what do we got? Wow, trash. Okay. Okay. Ooh, this one. Previous one's better. Yep, understandable. Well, I mean, I reckon shouts only last 6 seconds because that's how long your barbarian can carry the vocals for, you know? They need to train like death metal screaming to last longer than that. I bet it's because whatever you were shouting is too mild. I don't think so. I mean, what does the shout even consist of? It literally just consists of them saying like, "Ah, oh, Rotgar!" Not exactly very long words. You're not exactly the Dragonborn either, you know. Like at most it's just, "Ah!" Yeah, if they shouted Demacia, it might last longer. Because you're shouting for an ideal, you know? Shouting for something. By the way, I know I say it a lot, but honestly, thank you everybody for keeping the sound on. Appreciate it tremendously, okay? Keep it up. Thanks to you guys, we're gonna be rocking. Demacia! There we go. Critical strike chance, Whirlwind +1 rank? Maybe. Maybe at some point. The only downside though is that sometimes you may literally never get a vulnerable proc. It's all about them lucky hit rolls. And unless I can raise it, ooh, it is a pain. This is what I'm not happy with. Because I hate being at the mercy of lucky hits, but that's how it goes. Must spin to win. Listen. It's not about the rogue has a higher lucky hit chance than anything. Look at this POS. My lucky hit chance here is 21%. Okay, let's not be too hasty. The problem is the lucky hit chance is low. The lucky hit chance cannot be that low. Okay. It must be high. It must be so high that everybody immediately dies. Okay? That's what's important. If people don't instantaneously explode from the increased lucky hit chance, then are we lucky hitting? No. That's an unlucky hit. I need like special gauntlets that give me like you know, I need special gloves or whatever that'll just give me like plus 8888% lucky hit chance. Only then can I truly be happy. Because without it, you know, it's just not good enough. Your lucky hit chance is not plus 88888. Are you really trying? Huh? But seriously, we need more lucky hit chance. Whirlwind sucks. Even with this big gigantic executioner's axe, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do when I cannot lucky hit hard enough, huh? If I have to alt and elite, am I really trying, huh? This is the pain. This is the pain. Yeah, I know. I still need it. This is my issue. I need the base trigger. As long as it triggers, I'm fine. If it doesn't, that's the problem. Hey, Subby. Dude, it's probably 100% a con job, but still. Regardless, is what I got. So all I can do is spin. Must spin away the pain. How you doing today, Subby? Good, I hope. Yep. Trying all the stuff before season 1, you know? Trying to see if I can just get something more, you know, effective. It's killing me not being able to, you know, inflict vulnerable 24/7. Like, yo, what the hell? It's got me caught in a spell. Dwelling in a cell. Gel. But yeah, I'm just annoyed by the fact that, you know, Hammer Barb is so inconsistent with the damage because you have to crit, you have to hit hard. Then only you start doing good. Then Whirlwind Barb is another whole mess of problems. You gotta get a lucky hit for your shit to trigger. That is also not good. So all in all, it's giving me a heart attack. Because vulnerable is just too important. You know, it's just too important. At the rate that it's going right, I'm starting to think that I might need a gap bridger, but I don't want to lose any of the shouts either. Like that whole time of whirlwinding, right? Because I didn't hit a single lucky hit. Oh, nah. No vulnerables for you, sir. Oh, look. Finally a vulnerable inflicted. And it's gone. Good job, sir. So basically, exploit glyph is my only saving grace. Like, yo. The hell? There has to be an easier way to do this. Okay, back to town. Yeah, I'm thinking of that. I'm thinking of a lot of different ways to like structure it. I know I can make it happen. It's just about because there's a lot of ways. Like, okay, so how Whirlwind works is that it takes a snapshot of what your fury is, which is totally fine with me. I'm fine with that, and that means that I can take advantage of a couple of different things, which I'm planning on doing exactly that. But I'm also very irritated with the fact that, you know, it does require work, like certain structuring of the gear and stuff that is very, very irritating. And again, this is a major annoyance for me because it's just stupid that I have to do that. You get what I mean? That's the dumb part.
Your skin can't turn blades.
Your skin can't turn blades. I can certainly try, buddy. I can certainly try. Alright, well, it's 3 p.m. for now. I'll try again, or well, I'll continue trying in the evening. We've got the basics of this whole build done. Now, I just need to up a few things. And I should be good to go. Because exposed vulnerability is really good, but like I would have to use something like what, Steel Grasp to like make it work. And Steel Grasp itself already makes enemies vulnerable. It's not like the two are gonna stack. So, you know, I'm just thinking of all the different ways like this could potentially work. Try and create some interesting things. Mark my words, a way will come. I just need, you know, get it together. Excuse me. Maxing out my fury, invigorated fury. Like, I just need lots and lots of max fury. Just so I can keep whirlwinding for the longest possible time. Doable, but annoying, that's all. So although I know I can do this, it's just irritating. And like, there's already that aspect where as long as I'm shouting, I can gain fury. That's not a problem. I can run that as well. Once I've got bold chieftains and all the rest. So it will work, it's just irritating. But we will discover a way. So for now though, thank you everybody. We'll be back in the evening to test more with the Whirlwind Barb. You know, just take a break from the Necro for a day. I hope you guys will enjoy. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for keeping the sound on. All right, there are many of you who do it every single day and I appreciate that. So thank you. I hope you guys have a good one. And I'll see you all in the evening, okay? Y'all be healthy, happy, and all the other shenanigans, all right? I will see you all tonight. Thank you once again. Get you later.